Hi, thank you for joining me tonight. It's Sunday night, and it's Sunday night wine with Mickey. I hope you've got your own glass of wine, bottle of water, your favorite adult beverage, whatever, and I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me tonight. I have got a story. It's a really cool story, and it's not about abuse directly, but man, we're going to make it about abuse, about surviving abuse. So there was this little boy, and he lived near a canal, but it was dangerous and the water flowed relatively quickly, and his parents forbade him from going in the canal. So one afternoon, the little boy's getting ready to go outside and go play, and his dad said, "Don't you go in that canal. I've told you, please, don't go in that canal." And hi, Christine, and hi, Jan, glad to have you here. So the little boy says, "Okay, Dad, don't worry about it. I won't go in the canal." And so he goes riding his bike, and he goes around, and of course, you know, he goes in the canal. So he comes home, and he's soaking wet, and he's got his bathing suit on, and he's soaking wet. And his dad says, "Have you been in the canal?" And of course, the little boy didn't lie. He said, "Well, yeah, I did." And his dad said, "I told you, it's not safe. I asked you not to go in that canal. Why did you disobey me?" And he said, "Well, I went by the canal, and it was so tempting because it's a hot, hot day. So I decided to put on my bathing suit and just go in the canal for a few minutes." And the dad said, "You were told not to go in the canal. Why did you have your bathing suit?" And he said, "So when I'm tempted, I'd be prepared." I love that. So when I'm tempted, I'll be prepared. So don't we live our lives that way? Those of us who have lived in abuse, and I know for me, when I first left my ex-husband, we've been married a long time, and sometimes I just wanted to be close to somebody. So I would tell myself, no, you can't do this. You can't get together with him. Don't meet him for dinner. Certainly don't have sex. Sex, it's not worth it. And I told myself all these things, but sometimes I was too tempted. And that temptation really was me wanting to do something I knew better. My dad was not telling me, "Don't go in the canal." My parents were not saying, "Don't go in the canal." But I was saying, you know, I really would like to see this man. So I would conjure up some excuse so that when I'm tempted, I'm ready. Does that sound familiar? And I know it's such human nature. It is human nature to feel like we create. All right, we don't want to admit that we create those situations. But the bottom line is we do. We are human beings, and we tend to we create our reality. We create our reality. Every single one of us does. So when I would end up having dinner with my ex or spending the night at his house, I would think, well, I'm just not good at resisting temptation. But truthfully, just like the little boy, I was prepared to be tempted. So really, the bottom line is, we only see what we want to do. So it took me a while. It took me a long time, actually, maybe a year, maybe longer, before I did not succumb to that temptation that was getting me to do things I really didn't want to do. If I didn't really want to do it, I wouldn't have done it. Does that resonate with you? If we don't want to do something, we don't do it. We don't do it. So that's my lesson for tonight. Think about the little boy with his bathing suit. You know, if he wasn't going to go in the canal, he would not have taken his bathing suit. If I didn't want to see my ex, I probably wouldn't have called him. I probably wouldn't have come up with a reason to call about our son or whatever. We always find ways to do what we want to do. And I guess that's human nature, but also, I think it's human nature for us to build the personal growth and to, you know, it's not something I got over on my own. I hired a coach. And that's what I encourage you to do. Hire a coach to help you work through those things, to avoid those to avoid you creating those temptations. That's what helped me. It made me get stronger and not feel like I need to do those things I know I'm not supposed to do. So I appreciate you being here. And also, I am offering a class. It starts actually this Tuesday, February 27th. It's called Create the Life You Love. And it takes you through creating a mission statement. It goes through teaching you that you are a walking, talking tower, that you send and receive messages all the time. It teaches you to identify who you are. You're a North Star for where you're going and how to get there. So it's a fabulous class, and it's a 4-part series. It's recorded so you can listen to it. And the link to the landing page, the link to the registration page is in the introduction to this video. So check that out, click there, look at it, see if it's something you're interested in, and if so, register to take the class. It starts on Tuesday, and there's still room for you to join. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will be back on Wednesday night. I'll probably be back before then, but my next regularly scheduled is Wednesday night at 7:30. Same place, same time. Jan said, being prepared to be tempted does not help create the lives we love. You're right. Being prepared to be tempted is not really a good thing. It's not healthy. So hire a coach. Hire me. Go take my class. Do whatever you need to do. I'm going to have a special coming out for 3 one-on-one coaching sessions. So I'll be posting that very soon. This is tough. It's not something you can probably do on your own. I certainly couldn't, and most women I know could not survive abuse without some help. So don't feel bad about that, and there's very reasonable help available to you. I'm Mickey Zeta. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Please share this live video with other people. And I do have a weekly podcast. It's on iTunes, Surviving Abuse Podcast. Check it out. Thank you. I will be back on Wednesday.